This is a standing up recording. This is strange. I also have a bit of an audience, as you can see. I've been really enjoying the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast every Monday. When I'm commuting into work, it's the perfect podcast to wake me up. I have some special interests, and Saturday Night Live is absolutely one of them. I'm not a frequent viewer of it, but I love to keep up with the occasional sketches and the hosts, musical guests, what have you. One of my favorite Lorne Michaels quotes, who is the creator of Saturday Night Live, is that the best cast of SNL is the one that you were in high school for. And I was in middle school and high school for the height of the digital shorts. The Lonely Island was the team behind the digital shorts, consisting of Andy, Yorma, and Akiva. And Seth Meyers was head writer for most of the tenure of the digital shorts era. So it's a great insight into the behind the scenes of this era, some might say, and golden era. In 2009, The Lonely Island releases a full album dedicated to comedy rap, and it was introduced to me by my cousin Dan, as most things were, and it blew my mind. That was this album, Incredibad. It featured a bunch of songs they did for digital shorts, as well as just a ton of others they did just for the album. Not only did they write good songs for the digital shorts, but the songs on their own really hold up. Some of these songs live rent-free in my head. Punch You in the Jeans is such a not popular song, but I quote it probably once a week. If not out loud, then definitely in my head. You've got absolute bangers like I'm on a Boat, obviously. Lazy Sunday, I literally just quoted the day that I wrote this because I was in the city and thought, let's hit up Magnolia and mac on some cupcakes. Sax Man with Jack Black. Remember that guy I talked about a couple episodes ago? I will listen to this anytime, anywhere, any year. It still holds up incredibly well. I was 16 in 2011. Their sophomore album, Turtleneck and Chain, came out, and it's arguably even a better album. I remember pre-ordering this one on iTunes, if that can put you at the time and place this album came out. And I remember listening to it in my study hall periods and trying not to burst out laughing. This featured a ton of songs off of their digital shorts. Oh yeah, this is a poster. I don't think I can fit the whole thing in frame, but we'll see. It's Ghost Buttsters. Nice. You can tell that they're really in their groove here. I think the music is overall better and their comedy style is really tight. Some of my favorites on this are I Threw It on the Ground, which is just a cultural moment in the zeitgeist. Mother Lover is great. Jack Sparrow is a classic. Who Can Help But Blast I Just Had Sex After They... You know what? Never mind. Japan was always one of my favorite songs off this album because in the song, they're describing what they're doing in the music video and how their studio is going to have to pay for it. And I always thought it was just like a meta joke that their studio never made it, so that's why the song is so funny. But on the podcast, they're actually just talking about how they actually did try and get their studio to pay for a music video. So it turned out the meta joke is just reality. This one is such a great album. It's honestly probably their best and definitely my favorite. This one also comes with a DVD of digital shorts on it, which I think is very funny and puts it in a specific time and place. When I was about to graduate high school, the Whack album released. This is their first album that they produced while outside of Saturday Night Live. All their music videos weren't made for digital shorts, minus Freeway and YOLO. I think this album is pretty underrated. It's definitely the weakest out of the trilogy. I guess I would call the first 3 albums a trilogy. But it's got some fun songs on here. Spring Break has one of my favorite lines I don't feel comfortable saying on this show. I Don't Give a Honk is kind of like a spiritual successor to Punch You in the Jeans. Semicolon is one of those fun grammar songs. It almost feels like word crimes a la Weird Al. I think maybe the problem with this album is it doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to go full parody pop album, or does it want to be just another Lonely Island fake rap album? I do like their record sleeve here, featuring stills of a time they all fell off of a horse, which is pretty funny. This one also features a DVD. You guys can just believe me, I'm not bringing it out. But one of my favorite aspects of this record is that there's, typically on records, there's a side A and a side B. Here's side A, and then side C. Just for whatever reason. I just think that's funny. I love little subtle things like that. Really make me laugh. I also don't love how this is like cardboard. I mean, sure, it's probably better for the environment, but it doesn't match all my other albums, man. I think the thing about their next album is it does get the focus right, because it's the soundtrack to the movie they made, Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. I'll admit I still need to listen to this more, which is why I'm actually making this video. I was at the record store and finally bit the bullet and grabbed this. You may look at the cover and think, hey, this guy is parodying Thriller. And yeah, this is an album from the movie. There are different variants. These were produced by Mondo, actually. I've only seen this movie once, but I really did love it. The music in this album really does fit the vibe that they were going for, kind of like a Justin Bieber-esque kind of character. This is a fun one. I love just movie soundtracks in general, so this kind of fits as obviously a Lonely Island album and just a movie soundtrack. Revisiting these albums has been super fun. Let's spread these all out. This will be fun. Nice. Revisiting all these albums has been super fun, and I'm very excited to see what they do in the future for the Lonely Island. As I've been listening to the podcast, Annie's been a guest star on quite a few of the SNL episodes. They've done 2 music videos for stuff that they wrote during the last writer's strike. I think both the songs were fantastic. I hope this results in a new album, and I'll obsess over, and I'll have to embarrassingly say that the only rap that I listen to is 3 White Guys comedy rap.